It's 2 a.m. You're finally comfortable. The room is quiet. Your eyes are starting to close. And then, thump. A tiny kick lands right against your ribs. A few seconds later, another one. And suddenly you're asking the same question millions of parents have asked before you. What is my baby actually doing in there all day? Sleeping? Growing? Just waiting to be born? Not even close, because while you're preparing for your baby's arrival, your baby is already preparing for life outside the womb. Right now, at this very moment, your baby may be practicing movements, recognizing sounds, responding to the world around them, and even learning from experiences before birth. Today, I'm going to show you 7 surprising things your baby may already be doing inside the womb. And after each one, I'll give you something simple you can try this week to feel more connected to your baby. Let's begin. One of the first things that surprises many parents is this. Your baby may already be practicing facial expressions. Long before that first smile melts your heart, babies have been seen making facial movements inside the womb. Yawning, stretching, frowning, even expressions that resemble surprise. At first, that sounds unbelievable, but think about it. The muscles your baby will eventually use to smile need practice. The movements your baby will use to communicate after birth don't magically appear overnight. They're developing gradually, day by day, week by week. Here's something to try tonight. The next time you look at an ultrasound image, don't think of your baby as simply growing. Think of your baby as rehearsing, practicing, preparing. That small mindset shift can completely change the way you view pregnancy. And here's why it matters. Every tiny movement is helping your baby's developing nervous system learn how to coordinate the body they'll use after birth. And speaking of preparation, your baby may already recognize one of the most important sounds in their entire world, your voice. Most people assume babies begin learning voices after they're born, but research suggests familiar sounds can begin shaping preferences before birth. Think about that for a moment. Your voice may already be becoming one of your baby's favorite sounds before you've ever held them, before you've ever seen their eyes, before you've heard their first cry. Try this tonight. Choose one simple phrase, maybe, "Good night, little one," or "I can't wait to meet you." Then repeat that exact phrase every evening. Same words, same tone, same rhythm. Keep it simple. Keep it consistent. Why? Because repetition creates familiarity, and familiarity creates comfort. Many parents continue these same phrases after birth and find them becoming part of calming routines. Even if your baby doesn't visibly respond right now, you're creating connection, one sentence at a time. And that leads us to something else developing before birth: routine. Have you ever noticed your baby seems active at certain times? Maybe right after dinner, maybe when you finally lie down, maybe at the exact moment you're trying to fall asleep? You're not imagining it. Many babies begin developing activity patterns before birth. Their days aren't completely random. Their developing brains are already organizing periods of activity and rest. So here's a challenge. For the next 3 days, keep a simple note on your phone. Write down what time your baby moves, what you were doing, how active they seemed. You don't need anything complicated, just observations. You might be surprised how quickly patterns begin to appear. And once you start noticing those patterns, pregnancy starts feeling a little less mysterious, a little more interactive, a little more connected. Now, here's a discovery that surprises almost everyone. Your baby's world isn't completely dark. In the later stages of pregnancy, babies can react to light. Now, don't imagine them looking around like they're outside the womb. That's not happening. But they can detect changes, and some babies respond with movement, which means they're already gathering information about their environment. Here's a simple experiment. Try it sometime this week. Sit in a dim room, wait a minute, then gently shine a flashlight near your belly for a few seconds. Don't expect dramatic reactions. Some babies respond, some don't. Both are completely normal. The goal isn't to force a response. The goal is to appreciate something amazing. Your baby is already interacting with the world in small ways before birth. Quick question. Which of these discoveries surprised you the most so far? Voice recognition? Activity patterns? Light response? Let me know in the comments, because the next one completely changed the way I think about life inside the womb. Long before your baby's first breath, they begin practicing for it. Of course, babies aren't breathing air in the womb, but they do practice the motions. Their tiny chest rises, falls, and rises again, over and over, preparing for one of the biggest transitions of their lives, the moment they enter the world, the moment those lungs finally take over. Here's something to try. The next time you feel movement, pause for a moment. Place your hand on your belly. Take a slow breath and imagine your baby preparing for that first breath too. It's a simple exercise, but many parents say it helps them feel more connected, more present, more aware of the incredible development happening every day. And while your baby is preparing for life outside, they're also exploring the world they currently live in. Yes, exploring. Babies touch their face, move their hands, reach around their limited environment. Some even grab the umbilical cord, which tells us something important. Curiosity doesn't suddenly appear after birth. It begins much earlier. So here's a mindset shift I want you to try. The next time you feel a kick, instead of thinking, my baby is being active, try asking yourself, what might my baby be exploring right now? It's a tiny question, but it changes everything. Suddenly, those movements feel less random and more meaningful, more intentional, more human. And now we come to perhaps the most fascinating discovery of all: memory. Not memory the way adults experience it. Your baby isn't remembering birthdays or conversations or yesterday's lunch. But researchers believe babies can develop familiarity with repeated experiences before birth. Familiar sounds, familiar rhythms, familiar voices, the building blocks of learning itself. Here's something you can try this week. Pick one song, just one. Play it several times during the week. Not 20 songs, not a giant playlist, one song. Keep it consistent. Then, after your baby is born, play it again. Many parents love observing how their newborn responds. Some appear calmer, some become more attentive, some simply seem familiar with the sound. And whether the response is obvious or subtle, it becomes a beautiful reminder that learning may begin earlier than we once thought. When you step back and look at all of this together, a completely different picture begins to emerge. Most people imagine life inside the womb as waiting, stillness, silence. But that's not what modern research shows us. Instead, we see preparation, practice, learning, exploration, connection. Your baby isn't waiting for life to begin. Life has already begun. Your baby is already becoming who they are. One movement, one sound, one experience at a time. So the next time you feel a kick, a stretch, or one of those unexpected movements that catches you completely off guard, remember this. You're not just feeling movement. You're witnessing development. You're witnessing learning. You're witnessing a tiny human preparing for the world they're about to enter. And honestly, that's pretty incredible. Before you go, which discovery amazed you the most? Was it voice recognition, practice breathing, exploration, or the possibility of early memory before birth? Tell me in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey inside the womb, make sure you're subscribed, because in our next video, we're exploring what newborn babies actually see during their first weeks of life. And trust me, the answer surprises almost everyone.